pharynx. The food pipe and the windpipe both open into the pharynx. Okay, a small flap called epiglottis guard. There is the opening of trachea while gulping the food. So there are two pipes, windpipe and food pipe. So when we are gulping in the food, the windpipe, the flap protects the food particles to get into the windpipe. Okay, and that is why at times if even the smallest of the particle enters the windpipe, we feel breathlessness. Okay, so we have to cough a lot, and that particle when it comes out, then we feel relaxed. So this prevents the entry of food particle into the windpipe. The next is salivary glands. Saliva is produced in the salivary glands in the mouth cavity, located in the front of the ears, near the pharynx and below the tongue. So it is carried to the mouth via ducts. It is mixed with food during the process of chewing. So what is this salivary gland all about? It has got the enzyme salivary amylase or ptyalin. That enzyme brings about digestion, that is, it breaks this complex starch material into a simple sugar called amylose, and hence the process of digestion begins from mouth. Okay, the next part is esophagus. It is the tube taking the food from pharynx to the stomach. It pushes the food into the stomach. Next is the liver. It is the largest gland in the body. It has a rich supply of blood. Its main function is storage of glucose. Okay, so the gallbladder is situated below the liver. It stores the bile juice, the digestive juice which is secreted by the liver. And when the bile is carried into the small intestine, it mixes with the food there and helps in digestion of fats. Okay, and bile contains bile salts. So what you need to understand here is that the liver is the largest gland. It has got a rich supply of blood. Glucose is stored in the liver, and liver secretes bile. It is present in gallbladder, and it is just near the liver, and this bile is carried into the small intestine and it mixes with the food over there, and again it helps in the digestion of fats. So bile is important in the digestion of fats. Okay, the next is pancreas. Pancreas, they secrete the pancreatic juice that contains various enzymes. Next you can see small intestine. It is a long tube of 6 meter length, and the three different digestive juices are mixed with the acidic food that comes from stomach, and the completion of digestion and absorption of nutrients into the blood takes place in the small intestine. So what is the role of small intestine? Its length is 6 meter. Okay, it will take up the acidic food that comes from stomach, and it completes the process of digestion by absorption of nutrients from the food that has come here, and it gives it into the blood. The next part is large intestine. Although its name is large, but its length is 1.5 meter. Okay, large means its diameter is larger than small intestine. So the wide tubular 1.5 meter long large intestine, it absorbs only water. Okay, nutrients are absorbed by small intestine. Large intestine absorbs only water. And there is a functionless appendix attached to the first part of the large intestine, and the undigested matter is stored for some time and then thrown out of the body through the anus. Then we have stomach. It is the widest sac-like part in the alimentary canal. It has the gastric glands that secrete gastric juice. It contains hydrochloric acid, pepsin and mucus. So food is churned and made acidic in the stomach. And some proteins, they are digested in the stomach. And churning and the action of gastric juice makes slurry from food, which then goes in the small intestine. Now let us study the important glands of the digestive system, their secretions and functions. So in the mouth you have salivary gland. Its secretion is ptyalin or salivary amylase, and it converts starch into maltose sugar. Stomach, the gland is present in the gastric wall. It produces hydrochloric acid, HCl, pepsin, mucus. They make the food acidic, break down the proteins, and they protect the inner lining of stomach from hydrochloric acid. Liver, it produces bile, and bile, it makes the food alkaline and converts large fatty particles into small ones. So it helps in the digestion of fats. Pancreas, they produce pancreatic juice, and this pancreatic juice has trypsin, lipase, and amylase enzyme in it. Trypsin converts proteins into amino acid. Lipase, it converts fats into fatty acids and glycerol, and amylase converts complex carbohydrates into simple sugars. Small intestine produces intestinal juice, and it converts proteins into amino acids, complex carbohydrates into glucose, and fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Now let us go to the last part of the chapter. Are we putting our health at risk? See, physical health is extremely important in personality development, we all know. So when all our organ systems they function properly, we say that we are in good health. However, harmful habits like smoking, chewing of tobacco, drinking alcohol, they affect our health adversely. So let us see the effects of tobacco on the alcohol and smoking on the digestive system. So if we consume them, all the organs of the digestive system are harmed by tobacco consumption. Problems like vomiting, nausea, and headache, they occur due to tobacco. Tobacco particles, they spoil the oral hygiene, and tobacco leads to cancer and death. Okay. So what is our role over here? Our role is we should never get addicted to any bad habits. We should also spread awareness about the addiction. So how can we spread the awareness? By making pictures and slogans against tobacco consumption, smoking, drinking alcohol, etc., and then displaying them in the classroom and the neighborhood. Keeping a watch on whether one's surroundings are tobacco free. Composing an oath against addiction and taking the oath in the class and also during assembly. Making parents and teacher aware of such instances in the neighborhood. So you need to know the important days related with this. World's No Tobacco Day, it falls on 31st May, and World Health Day, it falls on 7th of April. So today we have studied the digestive system, the various parts of the digestive system, their working, the enzymes, the glands, what are the secretions. So study and read the chapter properly. Draw the diagram so that you understand the digestive system. And whenever the exercise is done, you will be made to draw the diagram and label it properly. Okay, thank you.